All right, another West Side electronic music video. In this one, we're going to show you how to use MIDI time code with Pro Tools and Logic. Okay, so we open up our Pro Tools session. We go up to Setup in our session. First of all, we want to make sure that it starts at time code starts at 0. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to go and import our video. All right, my video is on the desktop. So I'm going to choose that and hit open, and it's going to ask me where I want it. I have several places I can put it if I want it to start later in the file or in the project. All right, hit OK, and there it is. That's going to ask you where to put your audio files, and that's just going to go straight in your audio folder that comes with the project. And there we go. We're in business to work with audio on our movie. All right, here we go. So now let's set up the MIDI time code. Okay, first thing we want to do is go to Spot and select both the video. That's not working. Okay, we're going to select both the video. All right, hit Spot. All right, now first thing we're going to do is do an offset in Pro Tools, just like we did in Logic. So you'll see that we want to set it to time code. All right, and then we're going to see how that start point is different in the video because it doesn't start at 0. So we're going to do a offset, and we're just going to punch in the number that it starts on. All right, and it shifts everything over 7 seconds and 8 frames. So now our time clock should sync up exactly with the video. Let's get our big counter out and check that. We can actually put them right next to each other. Make sure that's time code. There we go. All right, now let's check it out. All right, that looks pretty good. So we got our video synced with time code. And let's just check it a little bit later in the file, make sure it's still good. All right. Looks okay. Let's just go to the session, make sure we got our frame rate all correct. All right, so we want to make sure that it's on the 29.97 drop, just like we did in Logic. And that should relatively clean up our sync. That was a little bit off by the end. That looks pretty good. All right, that's fantastic. Look how perfectly synced that is. Excellent. All right, we're going to close that for now. We'll keep that. Now we're going to set up the time code. So we go to our, put that back. Okay, so we go to Setup, and we're going to go all the way down to Peripherals, and there it says Synchronization and MIDI Generator port. So this is where you have the MIDI time code generator under there. And we actually want to use an internal MIDI generator. So if we go to our applications folder, go down to utilities, we should find the audio MIDI setup. This is where Mac sets everything up for audio and MIDI, and we're going to find the IAC driver. And we're just going to click on that and turn it online. All right, so now we can use our IAC driver. That's an inter-application connection for MIDI. And that's what we're going to use to generate our time code. So we go back, and now it should be there. There it is. And we select that. So that's generating MIDI time code. So Logic is going to, Pro Tools is going to control Logic. All right, so we open the corner, and we want to see the synchronization tools. So we're going to click on MIDI time code there. Excellent. And now, so we're going to go to our synchronization. And then in our sync mode, we're going to choose MIDI time code. And we're going to choose our frame rate. That's from the movie, just like we did in the other application. And zero out our start time so that it starts at 0. Then we need to make sure that we set our LCD to time code. Excellent. Now we need to go to what's called the environment. All right. So this is the environment. If we go up to the corner, we're going to click on what's called Click and Ports. And we're going to basically delete that cable. And we're going to connect our keyboard cable if we want. We have other cables we can connect. That's a sum cable, and it connects everything. We don't want to create a MIDI loop. Okay, so now we should be all set. If we hit play in Pro Tools, and we go over to Logic, it should be playing in sync. So if you had your audio, your music, or something that goes with this particular project in Logic, you can use Pro Tools to sync it. So it's being run by the MIDI time code, and it stops exactly where you tell it to stop. So Pro Tools is generating time code, and Logic is accepting the time code.